Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a great day. We gather to celebrate. I know it's dreary out there, but there's a spirit in here. We had an incredible 8:30 service. A lot of things are happening today. We celebrated a wonderful, beautiful baptism at the first service. Emma Keene was baptized, so we celebrated that. But during our service today, during this service, a lot of cool things will be happening. We're going to be celebrating those members who passed away over the past church year, remembering them in our All Saints Day celebration. Very moving time. You will have an opportunity as well. If there's a loved one you would like to name and light a candle for, that you'll be invited to come forward during the service and celebrate those lives. We're also going to be celebrating the baptisms that have occurred in the church over the last church year. And so we'd invite, if you're here today, come up and get a flower if you are a part of those families. But there's also a time if you have a new birth in your life. It could be a nephew or niece or granddaughter, grandson, whatever. You are welcome to come up and name that person as well, and then to receive a flower. This whole transformation of life from birth until the end of life, how special it is that we can come together and remember and reflect to give thanks for that. So you'll be instructed a little bit more as we go on. Also, we're having communion today, and here at Peace United Church of Christ, all people are welcome to the table, and there are no exceptions to that, so you will all be invited to come and to be with us on this journey. It's a good Sunday to talk about transforming amazing grace, because God's always moving and transforming us in our lives and our faith journey. And today, in a very special way, we're symbolically seeing a lot of transformation, and for that we give great thanks. So we have some announcements I'd like to share with you. So Beth, talk to us today.
I do. I have a couple, and before I get to the one that's on the screen, just an announcement for all confirmation families. We are not having confirmation today because the 18 youth that were here overnight and Sarah and myself are a little tired, so I would like a rest, so go study the Bible. We'll come back to that next week. For everyone else, and actually this does include me as well, we want to invite you to come back to church at 3:45. Yes, it's a funky little time. 3:45, if you want to be here, we will be doing a rapid response training with Isaiah, who will be presenting the information, and at the end of the training, you will have the opportunity to be in a rapid response network, meaning if there is an immigration action happening in the county, that you would get alerted and be asked to attend and witness it, so that we can make sure that our immigration system is really as transparent as it needs to be. So this is a part of us being a sanctuary congregation. This is also just a part of the world of social justice and what's happening to our neighbors. So if you have questions, please talk to me, but we would love to have you attend. It's total short notice, but we're really excited to have this, and then we'll try and have another one at another date if you really can't come. If you have nothing going on this afternoon, set your alarm for 3:45 and get back here.
Thank you, Beth, for that. I want to know, how much sleep did you guys get?
Like 2 hours.
2 hours. That's going to be exciting. So if you see them nodding over or whatever, it's okay. So we also need some volunteers in the nursery on Sunday morning coverage. Who would not want to be with those little cherubs in that nursery, doing that rather than listening to me preach? I mean, come on, folks, really. So I know. So sign up if you want to do that. I mean, what's cuter than hold a little baby that never cries and never poops? You know, I mean, so come on, you guys, we can do that. So please sign up for that. Also, we're looking for some help with a Thanksgiving meal. You're welcome to go to the desk as well. See Lori in the back. Hi, Lori. So see Lori, if you'd like to sign up to help out with either of those things or any other signups, please go check her out. We also want to let you know about Giving Sunday coming up on November 19th. It's our Stewardship Sunday. We've been focusing in on amazing grace and how grace is moving us and inspiring us to be God's people. Today is about transformation, and Scott Stessler is going to be talking about his journey and amazing grace, how this church has been a part of that journey. So we give thanks for that. But that's what the card looks like. You're going to be getting a card in the mail next week. So please prayerfully consider your gift for next year. As we continue to grow as a congregation, our needs increase as well, which means that financial support is so important. We've been trying not to really pound it too much, but it's an important issue for us to continue our ministry. We need your financial support as well as your time and talents as well. So please consider that what your gift can be. We also want to let you know about Journey, which continues to meet between services. It's an opportunity for you to share a little bit about your life and your faith and how it comes together. Please join us for that in the Peace Room between services, as well as a book study that is ongoing. They reimagined the world book study. I walked by there today, and they were just, you could feel the energy. They were studying so hard. So come and join us for that, as well as we give thanks for that wonderful study. We also want to let you know about the choir cantata. Okay, that's what I thought. So here's the deal. We're gonna, on the 17th of December, we always do these great cantatas. They're beautiful. We're going to have a band this year, and it's going to be amazing. We need some more singers. We increased about 7 singers last week. There's still room for more. So if you can sing, if you sing in the shower, sing in the car, Come and join us. I mean, you will be inspired to do this. There's such talent around us that can teach you the parts. We really need you. Wednesdays at 7 o'clock, come and join us for that. It really is a very, very cool cantata this year, so we want you to participate if you're able to do that. We also want to let you know about the bazaar. There you are. You keep moving around me. So the 2 bazaar ladies are going to talk about the bazaar.
Good morning. It is this coming Saturday, the 11th, from 9 to 2, so hopefully we'll see you all there. If you're working that day, the kitchen door is the only one that will be open until 9 o'clock, so just come in through the kitchen. We are having an awesome raffle this year. We have 6 prizes, and we just got the 6th one today. It's a new bike, a new ladies' bike, brand new, and besides all the wonderful handmade artwork we have out there. So come and see us and buy a ticket. It's only $1. And also we need your crafts and baked items at the bazaar too. We have plenty of room for those also. So yeah, the sign-up sheet is out on the desk there, so please sign up for that. And we just quickly, in case you weren't here last week, we wanted to let you know where the money is going from the bazaar. It's going 1/3 to the general fund, to our youth, and to the UCC disaster fund.
And the Pastor Bahama Fund.
Oh yeah, and Paul and Beth's Bahama Fund. They each get $1 this year. They're pushing for $2 next year.
Hi, so if you can bring your items that you've been saving up all year, you can start bringing them today. They go in the unfinished room there by the office, and we need your help to on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. I'll be here at 1 o'clock on Thursday and 9 a.m. on Friday, so if you have an hour or 2 or all day, and I've heard comments say, I don't know how to price. You don't need to know how to price. If you just come and help us unpack all this stuff and set it out on the tables, that's a huge help. So don't worry about pricing things, and if you can or can't lift anything, we can set you at a table and you can unpack. So there's lots of ways to help. And you can sign up at the welcome desk or just show up on Thursday and Friday, whenever it works for you. If you can bring your items by Thursday, we'd really appreciate it, because we kind of want to go home by like 9 o'clock on Friday night.
We want to get Carol out of here before midnight this year.
Yeah, before midnight. Lori, you had something?
Okay, so you can put them on the stage. Oh,
Well, welcome to my world in the office.
so never mind what Lori says. Do what Debbie says.
Welcome to my world in the office.
And one more thing, we have flyers, so if you have a place that you can post one at your work or whatever, the flyers are out at the welcome desk too. Thanks.
Thank you for that. We do celebrate all the rich, wonderful gifts that are before us. And on the 19th is our big Thanksgiving celebration. It's also an opportunity for you to bring a friend, relative, neighbor, enemy. Just bring them along. Whoever brings the most people along gets a free turkey. I know you're excited. It's coming. So please do that. Come and join us and bring people, take them out for a free dinner or a suggested donated dinner for the Thanksgiving meal as well. So please join us for that. We also want to let you know about the Be the Church initiative that we're undergoing. We're looking for a group of people that would like to participate in helping framing the ministry of the church for the next 5 to 7 years. It's called Be the Church, and we really want to understand what our ministries are all about, where we've been in the past, where we are now, and looking forward to ministries for the future. If you'd like to be part of that discussion and conversation about helping lay a coursework for our ministry, please let me know or let Lori or Debbie know what's going on so we can put this team together. It won't be a lot of work, but it'll take some time just to kind of process this. I just really need some folks with vision and passion about the ministry of this church to come and be a part of that. So please let us know. We also let you know about the Hawthorne Helps campaign that's going on. It'll be available from today until the 26th. You can drop off those items of baby wash, baby lotion, and boxes of Kleenex for Hawthorne Helps. It's an incredible program that we can support for that. So please consider that your gifts for that. The collection bin is over here in the hallway as well. We also have next Sunday between services, Steve and Lori Gilseth have gone to Vash 8 years of this program. They go to Tanzania. And they give out eyeglasses. As Steve said this last time, they gave over 2,000 pairs of eyeglasses in 3 days to folks who really need them. It's a powerful outreach. They collect all the eyeglasses from our community. They ship them all over there. They test them, and then they test. He said it's an assembly line, but the transformation in these people's lives when they can see so many for the first time in their lives, he said it is unbelievable. So they're going to talk about this incredible mission and outreach next Sunday, 9:45. Come and join us for that great opportunity as well. We also want to be mindful that Ray Marquis passed away. One of our members' relatives will be doing that service Wednesday at 4 o'clock. So prayers for the Marquis family as well. Did they cover everything? Anything else that we need to share? Being done, I want to come together today and center us, because this passage has just been speaking to me over the last few weeks. I preached about Reformation last week, just about where we are in this world and in our country and in our lives. And so I just want you to kind of center on these words today as we begin our time together. From Romans chapter 12, Paul says this: I appeal to you, therefore, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. And then he says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil. Hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not lag in zeal. Be ardent in spirit and serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in suffering. Persevere in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints. Extend hospitality to strangers. And bless all those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Do not claim to be wiser than you are. Do not repay anyone evil for evil, but take thought for what is noble in the sight of all. If it is at all possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with one another. That's my sermon for the day. And how true those words are, especially needed in this world we live, to live peaceably with one another. Let's pray together. God, as we
Good morning, everybody. This morning, in our vocabulary lesson of the season, we're talking about transforming. It's up there on the screen right now, right above Amazing Grace. Who knows what transforming is? What is it, Tess? When something changes. What does it change from? It changes pretty big if you transform. You totally change. So what's something that you can think of that transforms? Mackenzie? Mackenzie transforms? It's very astute. Good answer. Thank you, Pastor Child. What does?
Space.
Space. Ooh. Well done, Rudy. Okay, what? Robots. Yeah, robots transform.
Magic stuff.
Magic?
do.
Yeah, so like magic tricks
Love
make you
does, love.
Love does, everyone. So one transforms into two by you growing up, right? So all of these things transform, they change. At the first service, one of the examples that they gave was a butterfly. So it goes from
A
caterpillar
butterfly.
into its chrysalis and then into the butterfly, right?
Did you know
And
that?
so it totally transforms. And while it's in that chrysalis, did you know that it's like a jelly?
Yeah.
It's like not even like a, hey look, it's me.
After they get out of it, they can't fly because their wings are still really wet.
Right, and they have to dry off. And so that transformation certainly takes time, right, for butterflies to go from caterpillars to butterflies. So, but when you guys grow, do you think that you're transforming? Do you think that you would be
Yes.
included in transforming? No? I think you might be, because all of the tiny little cells of your body are constantly changing and growing and developing, and they're transforming all the time as well. So when we talk about love being transforming, or God or grace being transforming, what do you think it looks like for God to transform? That's harder. What do you think it looks like for God to transform? Do you think God changes with you as you change? Yeah? God grows with you? So today, we're thinking about all the ways that we change in our lifetimes, and all of the ways that we grow and develop and find new ways to find God's love and all of that stuff. So will you guys join me in prayer? Transforming God. Thank you for this day and for the knowledge that everything and everyone changes and grows in you. Amen.
Amen. We do give thanks for the many ways that God has transformed us. I invite Scott to come forward for a moment. As he's doing so, we heard Scott's story of our men's group a few weeks ago, and I was just so moved by it. I've known Scott for years. He's been here at Peace, but I never really heard his full story. And so I invited him to share on this Sunday, especially we're talking about God's transforming grace. I know for Scott it's been a great journey, and he's been blessed over and over. And I want you to hear this story. You will be blessed because we're blessed to have you with us, my friend.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was a little nervous at the morning service, but now I'm a little more emboldened, so I just might take over the rest of the hour. So, no, I'm just kidding. Well, I guess here's where I like to start with my story. Back in 2001, I was a fairly successful financial advisor here in town, but I was also a practicing alcoholic and drug addict. And my illness took over to the point where I lost everything. I had to file bankruptcy. I was very sick. I was in and out of the hospitals, in and out of psych wards, and I developed a mental illness that was very persistent and relentless. And I found myself going from making a six-figure salary to being penniless and living on my mom's couch in about a year and a half. So, and during that time, I didn't really understand what was going on. I was, like I said, I was suffering from mental illness, so it was kind of, there was actually a point where it was very difficult for me even just to tie my own shoes. It was so bad. So I go through that, and then I'm too scared to go to church, right? I'm terrified of church at that time. I'm feeling like, you know, I'm being judged, or I'm going to hell, or I'm a sinner or something, and I just felt like evil had just taken over, and I was damned or something, there is a hell on earth, guys, and I experienced it. I really did. It was terrible suffering. But I had a choice. I went to the Mayo Clinic, and I had access to the best medical care that money could buy. I literally saw over 100 doctors in 1 year, and the only reason I know that is that in order to fill out a disability claim, I had to list all the doctors I saw in a year, and I had to call up Mayo Medical Records and list all of them. And it was over 100 doctors, and they were helpful to a certain extent in treating my symptoms, but they couldn't really do much for me. They couldn't do a lot for me. I had some alleviation from my symptoms, but that was about it. And it's at that point in time I discovered that I was beyond human aid. And I literally was. I was beyond human aid, and I was dying. And I didn't know what to do. So, I had to make a decision if I wanted to live or die, right? And I was suffering terribly, and I didn't know if I wanted to live. But my religious beliefs and my beliefs in God told me that, suicide's really not an option. It's just not an option. So I have to go through this. So I turned to God, and I also turned to some 12-step programs. And again, I'm still not ready to go to church. I'm too embarrassed. I'm too ashamed. So I turned there. I spent about 4 years struggling, trying to get clean and sober and dealing with my mental illness, trying to get the medication right and everything else. And then a miracle happened to me. I finally ran out of ideas on how I was going to do this thing, and I go to God. I said, God, I'm out of ideas. I don't know how to handle this. And I said, whatever you want to do with my life, it's no longer any of my business. Just do something. And literally something, I didn't say this in an earlier meeting or service, but literally something left me and something came in me at that time. And I haven't had a drink or drug since. And that's the truth, right? At that point in time, I was able to get sober, and I still was working out the mental illness part a little bit. But I did, some training in DBT and a few other things, and discovered ways to work it out. And today I'm about 95% symptom-free of my mental illness. I still have some challenges once in a while. But again, I've been sober and clean for 10 years, and I pretty much recovered from a hopeless state of mind and body. And this is after almost dying twice and being in a psychosis for 2 years. Okay, and the doctor's not being able to tell me what they could do for me. So God did for me what I couldn't do for myself. And in the earlier service, I started out saying, and I should have started out saying this time, that I am living proof that there is a God, that there is our Lord Jesus, that there is the Holy Spirit, that they're real. I'm living proof, right? I really am, because I'm a walking miracle. I'm not supposed to be alive, and if I'm alive, I'm supposed to be in a mental institution somewhere. Okay, and that really is the truth. That's really my testimony, and I want to add something that God told me through this whole process that I understood came from him. A lot of stuff came to me because I was a little nuts that I wasn't quite sure it was from who, but this is something that came to me from God that I'm quite sure he told me. He said, first of all, you have to believe me and not doubt, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what your brain tells you, no matter what you think, no matter what you see around you, you got to do that. Second thing you need to do is practice compassion. Okay, learn about compassion. And the third thing was, which I hated the most, was to have patience. Told me to have patience. But it's turned out right, and again, I've recovered from a hopeless state of mind and body, and I'm a walking miracle, guys. I really am. And if it can happen for me, it can happen for anybody else. Okay? So whatever your problems are, they can be solved. They really can, because I'm not supposed to be here. That's all I got.
My message today is going to be very short, because sometimes we pastors need to learn when you hear a message inspired by God and a testimony like that, we just need to learn to shut up. Because we... No. But anyhow, we have to learn to be quiet, right, Beth? So Scott, thank you again. Because that testimony, I think, speaks to all of us, and that very powerful moment when we experience God's grace. I just reflect back to those words from Romans that talks to us about just loving everyone in the world peaceably. Folks, we can make that difference. We can transform this world with God's grace. Today, as we come together around this table, we're going to be experiencing transformation yet in another way. And through our communion service, we're going to be talking and remembering those loved ones who have gone before us, to recognize them, remember them, and to give thanks. As we go through this process, you'll be invited to come forward, and when you see, if you are here and you see a name of your loved one on the
For your Spirit to descend around and enfold us in your loving arms. Be with all those who are experiencing health challenges, all those who are struggling with homelessness, and all of the prayers in our hearts and minds of this community gathered today. For a father having a double bypass on Friday, praying for health and a speedy recovery. God, be with the surgeons, the nurses, and all of the care team that surrounds him. For our friend Anna, who's been taken over by cancer and has been given 6 to 12 months, may she be free of pain and suffering, and may she be surrounded by the companionship of friends and family. God, today we ask to hear your word during the week, to feel your presence surrounding us and surrounding all those to whom we care. For all those who are struggling with depression and mental health, we seek a special prayer this day, that they may be in the arms of your care. Today we ask for thanksgiving prayers of health, of healing, and great thanks for the medical care that Judy Reitman has received. For all those in her team, her family, her friends, and all those that surround her from this community all the way up and to up north. May we find ways to surround her and all those who are here receiving treatment, all those names that we know, all the people that we care about, and all of your people around the world, God, who are crying out for your presence. Be with us, God, as we transform this world through the power of your love. Amen.
We invite you, please rise. We sing together and share that power of God's love with one another and the world around us. Let's join together.
Hold me close, let your love surround me. Bring me near, draw me to your side. And as I wait, I'll rise up like the eagle, and I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love. And I will soar with you. Your spirit leads me on in the power of your love.
As we go from this place, we know that God goes with us each and every step. Let God's power be your power. Go share the light, share the love, share God's transforming, amazing grace. Because as we gather together, I need a change here. Thank you. I need to go back one. Thank you. Because we need to work on that timing a little bit here, buddy. Okay. So this is our church. Others will feel welcomed. It will do a great work. It will make generous gifts to many incredible causes.
I am a generous giver of my time, talents, and treasure.
It will be a sanctuary for social justice and for peace.
If I advocate for marginalized communities and practice peace in every setting of my life.
It will be a church that embraces all, that builds community, that grows faith and transforms lives.
If I, who make it what it is, practice these things.
So therefore, with the grace of God, we shall be a safe and inclusive church, living God's radical message.
And I shall dedicate myself